Just near the BBC on Oxford Street, Bond Street, and this is the anniversary of the murder of gunner Lee Rigby. And what we've got in central London is not a demonstration supporting Lee Rigby and supporting the soldiers that fought against the jihadists. What we've got is jihadists everywhere in central London supporting Hamas, an illegal, murderous, barbaric organisation that is killing people wholesale throughout Israel. And that's what's happening right here in London today. We're surrounded by jihadis. That's central London. Not surrounded by people supporting Lee Rigby. We're surrounded by people who are supporting a murderous, vile, terrorist organisation. As they walk through London, they're shouting, "Free, free Palestine," instead of chanting for the soldier that was butchered by two crazed jihadists 8 years ago. 8 years ago today. 8 years ago today, Lee Rigby was beheaded outside his army barracks by people that are just the same as these animals that are marching through London today, supporting jihadists in Israel. And not only that, today is not only the anniversary of what happened to Lee Rigby, it's the anniversary of another jihadist attack, the attack on the Ariana Grande concert. And I may be a little bit irate and a little bit angry. Well, I am angry because our streets have been taken over. And where are the patriots? Where are the men of England? Where are they today? We're surrounded by...
What's the problem, man? What about Lee Rigby? What's the problem, man? What about Lee Rigby? What's the problem?
No one cares about that guy. No one cares about that. Let that guy die. We don't give a fuck about that guy. Fuck him. I'll stomp on his grave.
Why the fuck are you in my face now?
I don't give a fuck about
I'll be in
him.
your face anytime you want. I'll be in your face anytime you want. Lee Rigby.
Do something, fam.
I shut the fuck up.
Lee Rigby's memorial. We've just come from central London. We're in Oxford Street in central London, and was there a demonstration about the jihadist murder of Lee Rigby in Oxford Street today? No. Was there a commemoration of little girls? Remember little eight-year-old Safi Rose, who was murdered at the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester? Was there a march against jihad? Was there a march against religious fascism? No. There was a march by jihadists celebrating a jihadist organisation called Hamas that is murdering people in the name of Islam, that wants to destroy a complete race of people out of the Middle East. And we're here today because Lee Rigby, a man who went to Afghanistan as a young soldier to free Afghanistan from religious fascism, to free Afghanistan from Islamofascism. Lee Rigby came back from Afghanistan safe. He'd fought his war. He came back, and what happened? On these very streets where we're standing outside the barracks where Lee Rigby was billeted. And Lee Rigby was out, on leave, out of the camp, going about his business, and two jihadists drove a car up him, ran him over, then jumped out of that car and beheaded him on the streets of London. And people today in central London, as we stood and said, why are you not standing for Lee Rigby? Why are you standing for terrorists and for murderers? Those people, those very same people, religious fascists from this city, probably born in this country, those people said they were glad that this young man was murdered. That happened today in London. That didn't happen 8 years ago. That didn't happen 4 years ago, 5 years ago. That happened today in central London. The jihadists are still here. The jihadists are still plotting and planning their mayhem. And as I said in